Have you seen Slim?
Howdy, Buck. Sure have. He's over saddling up. Say, where'd you get that pup?
He's not an ordinary dog. Of course, he's small because he's young. But he's a genuine beagle pup. And Slim says beagle pups are bred specially for hunting hares and rabbits. And Slim...
Oh, wait a minute. I ain't aiming to argue with Slim. He's got a heap of knowledge about things.
He sure has. I better catch him before he gets off.
Hello, lady.
Hi, Slim.
Well, hello there, Buck. Good to see you. You know, another minute and I'd have been gone.
Where you going? Can I come too?
Well, I guess so. Tell you what you do. Take that pup back to its mother and get your pony saddled. I might consider it.
Boy, oh boy! Slim, you never did say where we were going.
Well, you never gave me a chance. You were in such a hurry to go. But I was going to say that the boys came in last night and they told me that there was a fence down up on the upper section. So I thought I'd have a ride up there and look for myself. Just look at that country, Buck. Doesn't it make you kind of stop and think of just how lucky we really are? Breathing this clean desert air, riding along free as a tumbleweed. You know, Wrangler, I bet there are millions of folks in a lot of places all over the world give most anything to be here with us. I wish they could be. Well, here's a good place to pull up, Buck, and rest our horses. We'll cool off under this Joshua tree.
Say, Slim, just who was that Joshua anyway?
Well, he was a powerful man, Buck. I know one thing could blow a mighty horn. Yes, sir, Joshua was a very important man in Bible times. You remember he led his people to the Promised Land.
Well, I remember. But just how these trees get their names.
Oh, the same way.
I don't get it.
Well, in the old days when the pioneers were pushing west, they'd spend weeks crossing the great American desert. Now, these Joshua trees were the first real signs of life they'd see. So they just naturally felt that these trees with their green branches were leading them to the Promised Land. Anyway, that's how they got their name and somehow it stuck.
Gosh.
Well, you know, shadows are getting longer than I thought. Guess we better take the hint and get moving. There's the big break, Buck.
This fence is sure enough pushed down. Suppose someone's stock tried to break out?
More than likely the other way around, Buck.
What do you mean?
This bunch of stock tried to break in. You see how the fence is pushed in rather than out?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be darned.
What is it, Slim?
That fence is pushed in by horses.
Our horses are inside.
Now, that's right. The critters that push this in don't care much about fences, Buck. You know, it might be that wild herd. It's supposed to be a small bunch up this way.
Wild horses? But golly, Slim, how do you know they're wild?
Well, I don't for sure, but these haven't been shod. Now, here's where the boys from the ranch rode in. It was after dark, so they couldn't see very much. But the wild horses were here first, because right here is a hoof print with one of the ranch horse prints on top of it. Say, this is interesting, Buck. Right here is one of the ranch horse hoof prints with a wild print right on top of it. That means that the wild horses came back after the boys were here.
They might be close.
They might have been. Worth a try. Come on, Buck. We'll ride up to Wild Horse Canyon and have a look. Well, they came this way all right, Buck. From the looks of things, they're moving pretty slowly. You know, we might just catch up with them.
How do you know they're moving slowly?
Well, you see there where they stopped to do some grazing?
How do you know all these things, Slim?
Well, I'll tell you, Buck. That question and the answer to it's a mighty important thing out here on the range. You know, in the city, why, folks have a newspaper to read and keep up with things. Well, out on the trail, nature prints its own newspaper. Now, every living thing leaves a sign. If you learn to read those signs, well, you can tell what's happened. Sometimes you can even tell what's going to happen.
Well, come on, Slim. Let's go read the next sign.
Better be quiet, Buck. Sound travels a long ways out here, and I think we're getting close.
How can you tell, Slim?
You see those tracks there? They're sharp and fresh as our own. Look, Buck, look. The wild herd.
Aren't they beauties? Look at that Pinto, Slim.
That's the wild stallion. He's the one the boys have been trying to catch. You know, they say he can part a lariat like a thread. I'll tell you, Buck, I'm going to try to cut him out. Once they see me, I'll have to ride hard. You stay here, and if he comes this way, head him off.
Wasn't your fault that the rope broke?
Yeah, but a miss is as good as a mile, they say.
I bet plenty of people try to catch that Pinto.
I suppose they have.
But they haven't managed it.
Guess not. He's still out there.
I hear that there's a fine Pinto for sale at the Lazy J.
Not interested, Buck.
Probably guarantee.
I got me a Pinto. He just doesn't know it yet.
What do you mean, Slim?
Don't think I'm going to give up, do you? Not on your life. I've got an idea on how to catch that old horse.
Really think we can?
Buck, I learned a trick from the Indians up on the Tonto Rim. And I think it'll work to catch this critter. Come here and I'll show you what I mean. I think this will do right here. First, I'll have to kind of lay out the terrain up there. You know where Buckhorn Mesa is up above Wild Horse Canyon, don't you, Buck?
Yes.
Well, it lays right up to the north of the Wild Horse Canyons. They come in here like this. Now, you know, they form sort of a natural wall, a natural fence. You know what a box canyon is?
Yes.
All right. Well, Wild Horse Canyon is made up of a series of these box canyons. Sort of like this, you remember?
Yes.
Now, you know when that old Pinto made his getaway, after he broke the rope, he made a pass up through this little gorge and headed for Buckhorn Mesa.
You're right, Slim.
All right, then. Now, here's what I'm going to do, Cowboy. Now, you know just exactly where I'm located here, don't you, Buck?
I think so.
Well, you know where the old lone Joshua tree is? Right up there on the old bald rock? Well, right down below there, we're going to put in a trap fence that's movable. It'll come across here. Now, after we drive the horses in, at the other end, they'll run into a fence that's hard and fast. A big high one that'll stop them. So that when we get them in there, we've got them just like they were in a box canyon, all trapped. Then we'll close this one behind them quickly, and there are our horses, Cowboy.
But you still got to get that Pinto, and he's pretty tough.
Well, I've got that figured out, Buck.
How you going to do it?
Well, why don't you just come along and find out for yourself?
Oh, boy. I'm going to saddle up right now.
Cowboy, there are a lot of places to put a saddle, but to get one underneath a horse is the worst place of all. If you happen to be lucky enough to get free yourself, you still stand a good chance of tearing up the saddle. Better slow down next time. You know, Buck, there are a few things you just don't rush in this old world. It takes so much time to do a job well, and that goes for most anything you do. Now look here. The first thing you did wrong in your big rush was to get your latigo twisted. Then you forgot that a horse takes a deep breath when you cinch him up. So you go back and give it a second jerk when the horse isn't looking. Now take a loop around through the cinch ring like this. Then again over on this side. Now you're all saddled up. But just as a last precaution, you'll notice any top cowhand always gives his saddle a good tug before he mounts, just to make double sure that it's firm, or not too tight. Hey, Buck! We're going to take a pack horse with us. Run over to the kitchen and ask Cookie for a coffee pot and a skillet and a couple of days of grub. Okay? lady. That looks like a pretty good place to camp, Buck. What do you say?
Fine.
Little firewood close by, and we'll get up to the Wild Horse Canyon first thing in the morning.
What about the fence for the Box Canyon?
Well, the boys are going to be up fix that broken down fence, so I talked them into kind of building us a trap.
That's too nice of them.
Well, you know, they're just a little bit interested in this wild horse catch. As a matter of fact, they don't think I'm going to catch that old Pinto.
What's the matter with the lady?
Must be another horse. That's the way they say hello, you know. Well, howdy, boys. You're just in time for chow.
Sounds mighty good, Slim. It sure does. We just finished putting up your trap.
Good for you.
Hey, Slim, you ain't really figured on catching that wild stallion, are you?
Well, now, I might just do that little old thing.
You got about as much chance of catching that horse as you do of riding the strawberry road.
What's a strawberry road?
Tell 'em, boys, but don't sing all the verses, 'cause we gotta get going.
Let me tell you a tale, a good one I own, of a bucking old bronc, a strawberry roan. I was hanging round town, not earning a dime, being out of a job just to spending my time, when a stranger steps up and he says, I suppose you're a bronc-busting man from the looks of your clothes. So I says, guess you're right, there's none I can't tame. If it's riding wild ponies, that's my middle name. Oh, that strawberry roan, oh, that strawberry roan. He says he's a cayuse that's never been rode. The guy that gets on him is bound to get throwed off this strawberry roan. And then I piles on him and raises the blind. I'm right in his middle to see him unwind. Well, he bows his old neck, and I guess he unwound, for he seems to quit living down on the ground. Then I knows that the horses I ain't able to ride. Yes, some have been living, they haven't all died. But I bets all my money ain't no man alive can stay with that bronc when he makes that high dive. Oh, that strawberry roan, oh, that strawberry roan. He says he's a cayuse that's never been rode. The guy that gets on him is bound to get throwed off this strawberry roan. Throwed off this strawberry roan. Throw off this strawberry roan.
Wake up, Slim, wake up! The
What
Pinto's
is
stolen your mare!
Huh?
Pinto's stolen your mare!
Well, I'll be doggone. That little trick's gonna cost him, Buck. Well, here it is. All we gotta do is drive him in the canyon and close the trap.
I hope it works, but it was sure too bad about losing Lady.
Don't you worry about it. That little mare's gonna lead that old stallion astray. Now, Buck, I'm gonna post you around about here. When I drive him in, well, you close the gate. Be sure you keep out of sight.
I feel kind of sorry.
Why?
Because he's such a beauty, and I guess he loves his freedom.
Well, sure he's been free, but he's been an outlaw, too. Glad you mentioned that, Buck. No, he's always been hunted and afraid. That's no lie. From now on, he'll have plenty to eat, a good home. No outlaw's ever really free, Buck. All right?
Right, Slim.